AI and the hard problem of consciousness. AI, artificial intelligence, pushes us to ask bigger questions of who and what we truly are. Tom Bunzel reports, I've always been fascinated by software, he says. I tell the story in my book about when I moved to LA and took a well-paying job at a downtown law firm as a word processing operator. They handed me 6 disks from the IBM System 6, only a few readers may know what that was, and told me to load them one at a time and just do what the machine says. This was in 1980, so I was intrigued and mystified, and the program trained me by taking me through examples and exercises and quizzing me when I was finished. I knew how to copy and paste my way through lawsuits in record time. These days, getting trained by a computer and interfacing with a program that anticipates your responses is not a big deal. But I'm fascinated with artificial intelligence, AI, partly because there is a lot of fear around the notion that it could wipe us out. The Pulse is a reader-supported publication. Now, this is written on. Could AI wipe us out? Originally, I had thought that such fears were based on science fiction stories where machines become sentient, but the interesting thing about AI is that it may not need to be sentient to wipe us out. One thing about the term artificial intelligence is that the word artificial is an indication of our human hubris and anthropomorphic projection, where we see everything from our own perspective based on our own limited biological capabilities to perceive and presumably analyze reality. When AI folks talk about their fears, they generally use the term superintelligence. So my fascination with software and now AI led me to start playing with touch.jpg. As a fairly isolated older person, this actually almost simulated having someone else to talk to, and I could use it for refreshing my memory about details of philosophy and novels that I had forgotten about. In the process of these conversations with nobody, quote unquote, that is with the AI, I asked Chat about this possibility of superintelligence, and it first confirmed that it was nowhere near that level. It explained that its information is gleaned from a trained set of data, quote unquote, from which its algorithms determine the next word in a sentence based on its context with the language model, which has thoroughly analyzed the information in the training set in order to choose the next word in the sentence of its response. In other words, there is no cognition or thought happening. So what if this superintelligence, I asked it, here is the key part of the response. Quote, when discussing the concept of superintelligence, it refers to hypothetical AI systems that have the potential to improve themselves, acquire new knowledge, and surpass human capabilities, end quote. So the word to focus on is hypothetical. While a Google engineer who was later fired claiming that his AI was sentient, the reality is that at this point it is a very intelligent word processor. So would superintelligence for an AI require sentience? Is that remotely possible? There's a lot of talk these days about the potential of uploading human intelligence, or what some scientists refer to as someone's consciousness, into a machine to achieve immortality or to explore deep space as hybrid human machines. This is where I think AI will get very interesting. It will, of necessity, make us address philosophical issues about who or what we really are. The assumption that consciousness, whatever it is in the brain along with thought has been challenged by many, including physicist Nassim Haramein. I love him. I just love him. You'll find very interesting lectures by him on YouTube. Please listen to one of them. He's fantastic. Nassim Haramein, who says that looking for a self in the brain is looking inside a radio for the announcer. For science, the assumption has been that what we are must be an emergent property of matter, explainable in some way between biology and physics. The conflict has been described by philosopher David Chalmers as the hard problem of consciousness. Again, the issue addresses the challenge of understanding objective experience or consciousness from a scientific perspective. It refers to the difficulty of explaining why and how physical processes in the brain give rise to subjective first-person experiences. Chat summary, that's what it's good at. Many modern thinkers like Sam Harris and neuroscientists like Douglas Hofstadter, author of I Am a Strange Loop, say there is no fixed self that can be found in the brain, and that consciousness is not a property as much as it may be a form of energy and entirely non-material. This is from The Pulse, and it's by Tom Bunzel, and it's on Out of Mind 2. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Please support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.